Hey, good morning. Me and the blue she crab are coming in live still. I'm gonna move it. There you go. We can see the she crab better. Good morning. It's a bright sunny day from the beach again. I got a crab and a fish up there. They're my buddies. I know my dusty dog's missing me on the back deck doing our live videos, but when we get back, we'll be back at it again. I know you missed his cameo appearances. I'm going to give you a peek at what the beach looks like today. Every day at the beach is a picture perfect day, whether it's cloudy, rainy, or anything, in my opinion. Alright, first things first, if you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button and the notification bell and leave me a comment. I try to at least ask a question in each video so you guys have something to comment. If not, you can just comment, hey, hi, nice to see you. I enjoy seeing you every morning, Cindy. I look forward to it. If you're watching anywhere else on social media, hit the like, the love button, leave me a comment, say hey. If you're joining on live right now, let me know you're there. Alright, this video is entitled Homeschool. What are you waiting for? Alright, so yesterday we took some trips. We were island hopping around South Carolina and Georgia. And we were on the ocean front of St. Simon's, and we ran into a nice older couple with a dog. So of course I had to pet the dog. Ellie sat there and was best friends with the dog, and we got to talking to them. And I'm just going to let you know this, that senior citizens are some of my favoriteest people. I think I'm an old soul, and I've always connected with people a lot older than me. We just seem to be on the same wavelength of things. Sometimes I didn't click with people of my old age or younger because I'm just an old soul is the only way I can describe it. Like, I sit down and have a conversation with people 30 years older than me, and we just have a conversation. It's not like a huge generation gap there. It's just how I am. That's why I'm always on here talking about everything that you need for your aging parent, because I literally am a sandwich generation kid. I had older parents. My parents had me when I was older, and I had my child when I was older. Not my choice, God's choice, but so I'm an older mom of a younger child, and I also had aging parents. So I'm right smack in the middle of talking about everything. So today we're talking about homeschool because that's how my life is. One day I'm having a conversation with senior citizens, which is the part of the story. We were talking about homeschool because he was like, hey, it's August whatever, and your kid is right here. And I was like, yes, we homeschool. We homeschooled before people did virtual schooling or thought about homeschooling. We made the choice of everybody goes right, we made a left-hand turn. Or everybody likes the left-hand turn, we make a right-hand turn. Everybody goes back to school, we go on vacation. Everybody goes up, we go down, and vice versa. So he was like, that's terrific. You told him a little bit about the things we did that day, and he's like, she learned a whole bunch today. And I was like, I know. I believe in lifelong learning, and I believe that all of life is learning. So what we did yesterday was like at least 4, 5, 6 months of things that your teachers don't get a chance to teach your kids. And it definitely wasn't on a test because it's all real life things. Which brings me to another story that I'm going to tell. We were talking to a lady at the Sea Turtle Center, a younger girl, and she was like, I went into this career field because when I was younger, I got inspired from somebody that was talking about something. So she grew up and got a college degree in a biology or marine biology, and got to work with rescuing turtles every day and tell us about their life and death peril. And I got to share with her my story of how I got a degree, or one of the reasons of how I got a chemistry degree. When I was younger, I went to go see the Shamu show at SeaWorld, and I asked the trainer afterwards, hey, what do I have to do if I want to do this when I grow up? And they said you have to get a degree in one of the hard sciences. If you have a hard science degree, then you can get on as a killer whale, was what they called back then, orchid trainer. And I was like, well, that was always in the back of my head. So when I went to school and they said, hey, Cindy, you have to declare a major. And I was like, well, what the heck? Let's go with chemistry because I have an opportunity to go be an orchid trainer at SeaWorld. That didn't happen, and they don't even have orcas at SeaWorld anymore. But it was all interesting to hear that we all had different stories. This strange girl that I never met, she had a story about somebody inspired with them young. I had the same story. Then Danny told a story about how he wanted to be a marine biologist when he was growing up. We all run into people. And we all got that because we were talking to the lady about, we run into so many people that don't want to share their information with other people. And I was like, how are you going to inspire somebody to take your place if you don't do that? We all have stories of inspiration that somebody inspired us to do something, and we grew up and we did that. So if people don't share stories with Ellie, then how is she going to want to do that? I guess it's just storytelling today. Well, the day before we were in the restroom, Ellie and I have the most interesting encounters in bathrooms. Like, Ellie's talked to Jesus, to ladies in the bathroom before. We ran into a lady yesterday because I was holding a manatee and a monkey in the bathroom when I always go to the bathroom, and the lady's like, oh, you have a monkey in there? I want to see the monkey. Wait for me to finish using the bathroom. I want to see your monkey. And she already saw the manatee because I was literally holding the manatee. And she came out. We had like a 25-minute conversation with this lady that we just bonded because she called those little stuffies babies. She was like, you need some babies. And I totally lost my train of thought on that one. But stories of people that inspire you. Like, we ended up talking to that lady about she was here for golfing. And I was like, Ellie and I actually talked about what we were going to learn, either tennis or golf this year, because 2 years ago we learned how to play chess. And I was like, it's time for us to learn a new skill of something different. So I was like, do you want to learn how to play golf, or do you want to learn how to play tennis? So the ladies down here for 4 days of golf gave Ellie like $1 million worth of pointers on the whole key of golf besides the mental game. And I was like, look at that. This lady answered about 1 million questions that you'd have a whole bunch of coaches tell you, and she did this all in 5 minutes while we're talking in one conversation in the bathroom. So anyway, the whole point of why I was saying homeschooling, what are you waiting for? The world is spinning around like crazy now. You don't know what one day to the next day to the other day about what the rules are, what you're going to do, what you're this, what's the school doing, what's this, are we going back, are we doing virtual, are we doing this? Get off the roller coaster. It may just be for a moment or a season of life, but we've never seen it more turbulent right now in the world than it is right now. So don't be jacked around every day by a school system telling you what your kids can or cannot do every day, or hey, we're going to start doing this, or we're not doing this, or we're not doing that. I'm just letting you know they barely had time for education now. Now trying to figure out all these things out, it's not going to work. It's time for you to take your kids out of school, no matter what state you're in. Figure out the rules. I'll be happy to coach you on them once you figure out what your state rules are. That's where you book a one-on-one coaching with me. And get off the roller coaster. That's where it came from. When I was talking to that nice couple on the ocean front, I don't have to worry about the ups and downs going right now. There may be things that I have no control over right now, but controlling what my kids' education is, easy. We do the same thing that we did last year and the year before. I don't have to worry about all the things. Like, the world is out of control, so control what you can control. And you can pull your kids out of school. Believe you me, if you pull out 50,000 kids in a school district, your school district's going to get their eyes open and figure out what the parents really want to do, because they will not get taxpayers' money anymore. I'm going to tell you things that people don't want to tell you. I'm just letting you know. Everything is always done by the amount of money somebody makes. So it may be about education, but guess what? They get paid for each person in the seat every day. That's why they care about attendance. Not because they care about your kid educating. They care because they don't get paid from the state that day or the federal government because they didn't have X amount of attendance. That's why they've been shutting down schools during the pandemic, because then it curved that thing about saying, hey, we have a big problem right now. Half of our kids are missing and we're not going to get paid for this. I hate to burst your bubble if I told anybody the truth right now that you didn't realize was the truth, but it's the truth. Hi, my name is Cindy. That's what I do. I tell you what other people don't want to tell you. So take your kids out of school. I know more people than ever are homeschooling their kids. Be one of them. Even if you work full-time, it's time to get creative. Like, people don't live by their families anymore. It's time to find an aunt and uncle, a brother or sister, or grandma that stays home for they have a place where you go to work. And homeschool at night. It really comes back to that village thing that everybody used to know how to do everything because you were in a village of people so you could see. You watched this woman breastfeed, so you knew how to breastfeed when you had a baby. You watched these people know how to make dinner, then this is how you did it. So it goes back to that we're going to have to get back into that community mentality where we all lean on each other for each other so you can get off the chaotic spinning roller coaster. I mean, we're literally on the ride that goes round and round, upside down, spins you around and throws you against the wall. Like, that's the roller coaster ride we're on right now. It's not just one amusement park ride. You're on like the hybrid, meanest, scariest, twisty and turny ride right now. So get off the ride. And like I said, what are you waiting for? I just can't imagine. I was talking to them. They were telling me, like, I wouldn't want to school during this. I talked to everybody else where we go around. Like, we're on vacation at a weird time. The people back east haven't went back to school. And I hear all their things. Oh, the school says we're doing this now. Now we're doing that. We're doing that. It's get off the topsy-turviness. Have some stability. We already know young kids crave they don't necessarily crave structure, they crave a routine, so they know what's going into next. It's an ebb and flow, you can do it, but they need to know, like, hey, we have some snack, we have some breakfast, we're going to do this, we're going to read a book. It doesn't have to be at the same time every day, but these are the main things we get done in a 24-hour period, just so they can feel secure, and that's all they want to do is feel safe and secure. That's why we have anxious kids right now, because there's no anchor to them. If they don't know Jesus, they really don't have a big anchor. Have some anchor. Anchor your family in. Have a solid foundation. Get off the merry-go-round of a ride. And if you want to find that more people that are like this, go into my heart-centered advocacy group. I'm telling you, it's more truths told by me, more questions asked. I mean, I really am the one that asks. I just said today, I was like, how am I the only one that asks hard questions? Like, I graduated from a school that's the #1 journalism school in the nation. I didn't major in journalism, but I was like, how am I the only one that gets asked hard-hitting questions? Everybody asks pretend surface-level questions now again. Really sit down and ask hard questions. I love you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.